Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. Do not touch that screen. This is not the algorithm playing a random trick on your feed today. Heaven has forcefully routed this exact frequency to you because a window of absolute danger is opening at this very second. You are standing on the edge of a massive collapse. And if you walk away now, you will learn the hard way. I need you to listen to me very carefully. You have been pushing yourself to the absolute limit for months. You think you can handle this storm all by yourself. But the truth is that your spiritual armor is completely shattered right now. You are holding on to something that heaven has commanded you to release. And the longer you hold on, the heavier it becomes. I was there in the room when you woke up again at 3 o'clock in the morning. Your heart was racing so fast in the dark. Your chest felt so incredibly heavy that you could hardly breathe. You stared at the ceiling and wondered why everything feels so difficult lately. You thought you were just stressed. But this is a severe spiritual symptom. You are the bleeding empath of your family. You have spent your entire life being the strong one for absolutely everyone else. When they fall, you are always there to catch them. When they cry, you absorb their pain like a sponge. But when you are the one falling apart, the room is entirely empty. You look around and realize you are fighting this battle completely alone. You smile during the day so they will not worry. You carry the heavy burdens and pretend everything is fine. But behind closed doors, you are so deeply exhausted. You are completely drained of energy. You are tired of being the ultimate cycle breaker who has to endure all the generational trauma. Sometimes you just want someone to hold you and tell you it is over. You have refused to listen to my gentle whispers. Lately, you keep trying to force open doors that I have firmly locked shut. You think your stubbornness is a bad trait. You think you are just being difficult. But I know the real reason why you refuse to let go of control. You are terrified of being hurt again. You hold on tight because dropping your guard feels dangerous. You have trusted people in the past, and they betrayed you. You gave them your pure heart, and they crushed it. So you built a massive wall around your soul to survive. You decided that you must control every single detail of your life. Because if you control it, nobody can blindside you again. This is a survival mechanism. It is not a rebellion against heaven. But my beloved child, this control is slowly killing you. The heavy weight of playing God in your own life is crushing your bones. You cannot protect yourself from the spiritual attacks that are coming. There is a storm gathering right now in the unseen realm, and if you keep holding on to that toxic situation, the storm will tear everything out of your hands. You are so tired of fighting. Every step forward feels like walking through deep mud. You pray for a breakthrough, but the silence makes you feel abandoned. You wonder if heaven has simply forgotten your name. You ask why the wicked seem to prosper while you struggle just to breathe, but you are looking at the battlefield through the eyes of deep trauma. The situation you are refusing to walk away from is a trap. You think it is your safe place. You think if you just try a little harder, it will finally work out. But you are pouring your sacred energy into a black hole. Heaven sees the toxic roots that you are entirely blind to. We are trying to pull you away before the building collapses on your head. You do not need to be the strong one today. You do not need to have all the answers figured out. I am asking you to lay down your heavy weapons right now. Stop fighting against the divine intervention that is trying to save your life. The universe does not want to teach you a painful lesson, but if you refuse to surrender, the hard way is the only option left. I have watched every single silent tear you cried into your pillow. I have collected every broken prayer you whispered when you had no strength left. You are not invisible to me. You are a highly protected soul. And precisely because I love you, I will not let you destroy your own destiny. I will forcefully close the door if you refuse to walk away from it. Take a slow and deep breath right now. Feel that heavy pressure sitting right in the center of your chest. That is the trapped energy of your desperate need for control. You have to let it go. You have to trust that the unknown is safer than the familiar pain you are clinging to. You are stepping into a massive timeline shift. If you stay on this path, you will face a devastating loss. But if you open your hands today, I will show you exactly what I have prepared for you. The peace you have been begging for is waiting on the other side of your surrender. Do not close this message. Do not turn away, because what I am about to reveal next will shatter the illusions blinding you. Before we go any deeper, I need you to understand one vital truth. You have been looking at your recent failures through the wrong lens. You think the universe is actively punishing you. You believe that darkness is constantly attacking your finances and relationships, and you pray for protection because you feel entirely under siege. But you are completely mistaken about the source of this resistance. Those doors did not slam shut in your face by accident. The sudden rejections you faced last month were not the work of your enemies. The opportunities that suddenly dissolved into thin air were not stolen from you by malicious forces. I need you to listen to this revelation. Heaven is the one aggressively closing those doors, and we are doing it because your blind stubbornness is leading you straight into a fatal trap. You cried when that connection was violently severed. You felt betrayed when that specific situation did not work out the way you meticulously planned. You begged heaven to fix it and restore what was broken. But I want you to pause right here, because what if I told you that your answered prayer looks exactly like a massive disappointment? Your rejection is actually divine protection. As a bleeding empath, you always try to see the good in absolutely everyone. You ignore the blatant red flags because your gentle soul wants to heal their broken pieces. You stay in toxic environments because you think your light can fix their deep darkness, but you are slowly draining your own life force in the process. You cannot heal people who are secretly feeding off your pure energy, and heaven refuses to let you be their permanent food source. This is why your plans had to be entirely shattered. If heaven had gently whispered the warning, you would have completely ignored it. You would have made excuses for them and stayed right where you were. Your stubborn loyalty is a beautiful trait, but it is incredibly dangerous when you give it to people who do not value your soul. So we had to intervene with a heavy hand. We had to break your grip because you refused to let go. I know it feels like you are being deeply punished. The isolation you are experiencing right now is suffocating your spirit. You see others moving forward effortlessly while you are stuck in this dark waiting room. But my beloved child, this is not a prison cell, because heaven is actually using this divine quarantine to detoxify your spirit. You have been crying over a situation that was slowly destroying you. You wanted that specific job or that relationship so badly. You thought it was the final answer to all your endless prayers. You mapped out your entire future around that one fragile hope. But if heaven had actually given you exactly what you stubbornly asked for, you would have lost your very soul in the process of trying to maintain it. The pain you feel right now is not the pain of destruction. It is the very specific pain of spiritual surgery. We are cutting away the dead weight that you insisted on carrying on your tired shoulders. We are removing the leeches that you mistook for genuine friends. I am forcefully doing the hard work for you right now because your gentle heart is simply too soft and forgiving to ever cut those toxic ties yourself. Do not condemn yourself for being so trusting. Your pure nature is what makes you a magnificent weapon of light. The world needs your deep capacity to love unconditionally. But you must constantly remember that this world is heavily infested with energy, vampires, and they will always scan the room looking for bright and forgiving souls exactly like yours. They will drain you completely dry if you do not establish boundaries. This is exactly why heaven had to step in unexpectedly. When you refuse to listen to your intuition, the universe creates a massive roadblock. You ignored the red flags that made your stomach tie in knots. You completely silenced that inner voice, and you tried to rationalize their bad behavior because you desperately wanted the situation to work out in your favor. You cannot keep ignoring the signs without facing severe consequences. Heaven is fiercely jealous of your divine destiny. We will not allow a toxic situation to derail the generational wealth transfer that is coming to your bloodline. Tap the like button right now as a physical act of agreement. Let this simple action signify that you are finally aligning with the truth and accepting what heaven is declaring to protect you. You must stop fighting against the very hand that is rescuing you. Stop trying to pry open the doors that I have heavily padlocked. When a door suddenly slams shut in your life, you need to step back and simply say thank you, because you must realize that you just dodged a massive bullet. The disappointment you feel today is infinitely better than the total destruction you would have faced tomorrow. Your stubbornness is just a trauma response from your painful past. I completely understand why you cling to familiar things, but heaven is calling you to step into a new frequency where you no longer struggle. You cannot carry that toxic baggage into your promised land. There is a deeper layer to this struggle, and I am about to expose what was hiding behind that closed door. Listen to me very carefully right now. I need to pull back the veil on the exact situation you are crying over, because you believe that this specific person or opportunity was your ultimate breakthrough. You think you lost something incredibly valuable, but you have been staring directly at a masterfully crafted illusion. It was a deadly trap from the very beginning. The enemy knows exactly what you secretly desire. They studied the deep prayers you whispered in the dark, and they created a perfect counterfeit to match your exact wishes, so you would lower your defenses completely. It looked like a massive blessing when it first arrived. It felt like heaven was finally rewarding you after years of intense suffering, but the packaging was a complete lie. You are dealing with an energy vampire. This could be a toxic relationship or a draining environment that demands everything from you while giving absolutely nothing in return. They presented themselves as a safe harbor for your tired soul, but behind the charming smile and empty promises, they were secretly feeding off your pure light. They targeted you because you are a powerful cycle breaker. Heaven has sent you countless warnings about this trap. You felt that strange knot in your stomach when you first met them. Your intuition screamed at you to walk away, but you quickly silenced that divine alarm because you desperately wanted the illusion to be real. You convinced yourself that you were just being paranoid because of your past trauma, but that heavy anxiety was actually the Holy Spirit intervening. You kept making excuses for their toxic behavior. When they disrespected your boundaries, your gentle heart immediately forgave them because you thought your unconditional love could somehow fix their broken pieces. But you cannot save someone who enjoys pulling you down into their dark abyss. They are drowning and taking you with them. This illusion was designed to keep you stuck. The dark forces knew a massive generational wealth transfer was approaching your specific timeline, and they panicked because they cannot stop the blessing from reaching your hands. So they deployed this counterfeit distraction to keep your hands completely full. If you hold this garbage, you cannot receive the gold. I am not blaming you for falling into this snare. You did not get tricked because you are weak or foolish. You fell for the illusion because you are a bleeding empath with a massive capacity for hope, and you always look for the hidden gold in people, even when they only hand you toxic poison. But your incredible compassion is now being weaponized against you. Every time you tried to walk away from this situation, They suddenly threw you a tiny breadcrumb. They gave you just enough false hope to keep you heavily invested, knowing exactly how to manipulate your pure heart and drag you back into the endless cycle of abuse. And the moment you pull your energy back, they panic and pretend to change. But the cycle always repeats itself with worse intensity. You must stop ignoring the massive red flags. The universe has repeatedly shown you their true face behind the mask, yet you continue to doubt your own sanity when they lie directly to your face. You have felt the heavy drain on your physical body. Your chronic fatigue is not a medical mystery right now. It is a direct result of remaining tied to this demonic parasite. Heaven is literally shouting at you to let go. We are violently shaking the foundations of this fake reality to wake you up because you are clinging to a burning building just because you are afraid of standing outside in the cold. But I promise you that the cold air will clear your lungs and save your beautiful life. You must evacuate this situation immediately. If you continue to pour your precious energy into this black hole, you will forfeit the ultimate victory. The enemy wants you so distracted by this drama that you completely miss your divine appointment and stay locked in survival mode forever. They want you exhausted, confused, and questioning your own sanity. But I am exposing their dark strategy right now, so you can finally break the heavy chains. You hold the absolute power to cut this cord. You do not need closure from people who are committed to misunderstanding you, and the silence they give you is all the closure you will ever need to move forward. I need you to recognize that this mirage is entirely dead. Stop performing CPR on a toxic situation that heaven has already pronounced DEAD. Your stubborn refusal to let go is blocking your miracle. You are fiercely guarding a locked door while a massive gateway stands wide open right behind you, waiting for you to simply turn around and walk through it. Turn around and look at the truth without any emotional filters. The thing you are terrified of losing is actually the very thing that is destroying your destiny. You must drop the heavy baggage. I know exactly how much this revelation hurts. It is devastating to realize you invested so much time into a total illusion. But the pain of waking up is temporary, while the pain of staying asleep in a trap is permanent. Take a deep breath right now. Heaven has a completely different perspective on your broken heart. Breathe deeply right now, because heaven has a completely different perspective on your struggle. I need you to pause and rest in this safe space. You feel deeply guilty for being so stubborn. You think your reluctance to let go means you are failing a spiritual test. But heaven does not condemn you. We see exactly why your hands are gripping so tightly. You are not being rebellious against my divine plan. You are just incredibly terrified of getting hurt again. Your stubbornness is actually a trauma response masquerading as control. You have survived so many brutal storms that almost broke your spirit, and now you believe that maintaining strict control is the only way to keep yourself safe from more pain. You gave your vulnerable heart to people who completely crushed it. You trusted the process before and ended up utterly disappointed. Every time you surrendered in the past, someone took advantage of your pure light. So you built a massive fortress around your sensitive soul. You decided to play God in your own life because trusting others felt too dangerous. I understand perfectly why you hold on to everything so fiercely. When you are the ultimate cycle breaker, you are used to carrying the weight of the entire world. Nobody ever caught you when you stumbled. You had to catch yourself every single time. So naturally you feel that if you drop the heavy bags, everything will crash to the floor instantly. But my beloved child, this control is just an illusion of safety. You are gripping a sharp blade because it feels familiar, but your hands are actively bleeding. You think you are protecting your heart by refusing to walk away, but you are actually keeping the poison trapped inside your sacred energy field. You are a gentle soul, desperate for genuine peace. You do not need to apologize for being afraid of the unknown. Fear is a natural reaction when you have fought alone for so long. But I am asking you to realize who is holding your hand right now. This is not the universe trying to trick you. This is a divine rescue mission designed specifically to pull you out of the heavy mud. Your struggle ends here. I am giving you absolute permission to drop your heavy weapons today. You are completely safe in this protected space. The pressure to figure everything out is officially lifted off your tired shoulders. You do not have to map out the next 10 steps. You only need to trust the ground you are standing on at this exact second. Let the heavy burdens simply fall. A quiet master of reality does not force doors open. They recognize that what belongs to them will never require them to bleed for it. True alignment feels like peace rather than chronic anxiety. The constant confusion you feel is the ultimate sign that you are holding on to a counterfeit. Let it slip through your fingers and watch how deeply you can breathe again. I am washing away every ounce of self-condemnation right now. You are not a failure for taking so long to see the truth. The enemy designed the trap specifically to manipulate your beautiful empathy, but the illusion has finally lost its power over your mind. You are waking up to your true royal authority, and your tired spirit is finally remembering its worth. Your empathy is a rare gift that this world desperately needs. You have always been the healer for broken people who could never repay your kindness, and you often wondered why your own cup remained completely empty. But heaven keeps a meticulous record of every drop you poured out for others. Your radical generosity is about to be multiplied and returned to you. Close your eyes for just a moment and listen to my voice. The days of fighting for basic respect are officially over. You are no longer an energetic sponge for toxic people to use. You are a highly protected child of the Most High, and heaven is placing a heavy shield of light around your entire bloodline today. You can finally rest your weary head. You are shifting into a timeline where you are heavily protected, but you must anchor this new frequency so the darkness cannot drag you back into old cycles. Hit subscribe to establish a divine energy receiving station around your aura before we expose the final trap. This simple physical action tells the universe you are ready to receive without painful resistance. The waiting season has been a brutal furnace that refined your spirit. You felt completely abandoned in the fire, but the flames only burned away the toxic attachments you thought you needed. What is left is pure and indestructible gold. You are stepping out of the fire with absolute clarity. The universe is preparing to hand you the ultimate reward. Do not let your guard down just yet, because the enemy is watching your great awakening with absolute panic. They know they have lost their grip on your beautiful soul, but they have one final desperate move to pull you back into the dark matrix. If you ignore this next warning, you could lose the massive harvest you just secured. Pay close attention. I need you to listen extremely carefully now. You have rested in the safe space and remembered your true worth. But the window of grace for this specific decision is rapidly closing. You cannot stay in the middle ground forever. Heaven is issuing a final warning today, and if you choose to remain spiritually deaf, the universe will forcefully intervene. You have ignored the gentle whispers for too long. We sent you repeating numbers and strange synchronicities to guide your path. We sent you heavy anxiety whenever you interacted with that toxic person. But you stubbornly kept walking toward the edge of the cliff, and because you are a chosen one, heaven will simply not let you jump. If you refuse to drop the poison willingly, heaven will use the hard way. This is not a punishment for your mistakes. This is a severe rescue mission designed to save your spiritual life. When a child is holding a sharp knife and refuses to let go, a loving parent must forcefully pry their fingers open. The child might cry, but they survive. You are tightly gripping a blade that is cutting your hands. The relationship or opportunity you are protecting is actually a demonic anchor. It is designed to drag you to the bottom of the dark ocean. If you do not release it today, heaven will send a massive storm to rip it out of your hands entirely. The storm is already gathering. This is exactly what the hard way looks like. The false idol you built your life around will completely collapse. The toxic situation will blow up in your face violently. It will be incredibly painful and deeply shocking, but it will finally sever the heavy chains that you refuse to unlock yourself. The collapse is a divine amputation to save your soul. The enemy desperately wants you to hold on until the storm hits. They know that if heaven has to use force, the collateral damage will leave you exhausted for years. They want your fragile heart to be completely shattered by the sudden impact. But you have the power to avoid all of this unnecessary trauma right now. You can simply walk away. Please do not make heaven break your grip to save you. I am asking you to willingly open your hands before midnight. You are the ultimate cycle breaker, and you know exactly what needs to be done. You have felt the truth burning in your chest for months, so stop pretending you do not know the answer. Drop the illusion immediately. Take a deep breath and notice the tension in your shoulders. That physical pain is the result of holding on to something that is trying to destroy you, and fighting the current is exactly why you are waking up exhausted every single day. You are literally fighting against the divine current. Surrender is the only way to stop the bleeding. Your stubbornness was a shield in the past. It kept you alive when you were fighting alone in the dark wilderness, but that same stubbornness will destroy your future if you use it against heaven. A quiet master of reality knows exactly when to surrender, because true power is walking away from fake wars. You are terrified of the empty space that will remain. You wonder what will happen if you finally let them go, but the universe abhors a vacuum. The second you empty your hands of this toxic garbage, heaven will instantly fill them with pure gold. Your generational wealth transfer is waiting just on the other side of this obedient surrender. The people who are draining your energy will panic when you leave. They will try to guilt trip you into staying because they need your pure light to survive, but you owe them absolutely nothing. You have already paid your debts in blood and tears, and heaven is officially discharging you from this toxic assignment. You are entirely free. This is the most critical crossroad of your entire life. If you walk away from this message and return to the trap, the storm will hit you without warning. But if you choose to obey right now, everything changes. The massive heavy doors will swing open. Heaven is preparing to hand you the keys to your new reality. But the dark forces have laid one final trap right before the finish line. They know you are about to receive everything you ever prayed for, so they are panicking and creating a deadly illusion to make you stumble at the last second. You must lock your focus on my voice right now and do not look to the left or the right. The next few minutes will determine the trajectory of your bloodline. You are about to cross over into a land of massive abundance, but you cannot bring a single drop of poison across the sacred border. You must leave the toxic attachments behind while heaven prepares your spirit for the massive revelation that is about to drop. You have finally opened your tired hands. The heavy chains are falling to the ground right now. Heaven has witnessed your painful but incredibly necessary obedience today, and the long winter of your soul is finally over. And the massive blockade that kept you in pure survival mode is entirely destroyed. You are stepping into the absolute light. Because you chose to walk away from that toxic trap, a massive generational wealth transfer has just been activated. This is the exact miracle you have been praying for over the last few years. It was heavily delayed because your hands were full of poison, But now your hands are completely empty. Heaven is pouring the gold right into your lap. Within the next 72 hours, you will see a sudden and miraculous financial shift. The banks that previously rejected you will suddenly approve your requests, and the heavy debts that suffocated you in the dark are being permanently erased. You are about to receive a massive inheritance that will change your entire bloodline forever. The universe operates on a flawless law of energetic exchange. You gave up the false idol and chose to trust the divine plan. So heaven is compensating you for every single tear you cried in secret. The people who smiled in your face while plotting your downfall are watching your rise in absolute panic. They cannot stop what is coming to you. The boomerang of divine justice has already been released from the highest courts. Everything they tried to steal from your pure energy is currently being multiplied, and it is being violently redirected back into your own hands. You will no longer live off the tiny crumbs that fall from their table. You are taking your rightful seat as a royal heir. Your pure empathic heart is no longer a magnet for toxic vampires. You are officially untouchable and heavily guarded by angelic forces. The pain of your past is completely washed away in this glorious moment. You are finally stepping into the magnificent destiny that was written for you before you were even born. Breathe deeply and accept it. But wait. Do not celebrate just yet. Do not let your guard down for even 1 second. Because the enemy is absolutely terrified of the massive inheritance you are about to receive, they are deploying one final illusion to make you forfeit this blessing right at the finish line. They know they have lost their grip on your beautiful soul. This is the final test that destroys so many chosen ones right before their dawn. The dark forces are going to send a ghost from your past. The toxic ex might suddenly text you with an apology, or a fake financial opportunity might appear out of nowhere to distract your focus. This is a deadly snare hiding right in the tall grass. They want you to look back at the burning city you just escaped, because they know your empathic heart always wants to offer a second chance to broken people. But if you entertain this toxic counterfeit, you will literally block the wealth transfer. You will scramble the divine frequency and lose the massive harvest that is currently hovering over your head. You must ignore their desperate illusions completely. Do not answer that message, and do not engage with that heavy drama. You are a quiet master of reality, and you do not negotiate with spiritual terrorists. But simply ignoring them is not enough to protect your new timeline. Heaven requires a physical container to hold this massive frequency safely. If you hesitate at this sacred threshold, the enemy will slip through the cracks. So you must anchor this reality immediately before the demonic forces can regroup. You need a spiritual signature to establish a blinding wall of fire around your aura. The universe demands a physical move from you to lock this massive blessing permanently in place. Do not let the enemy convince you to stay passive right now, because passivity is the exact trap that kept you locked in the dark waiting room for years. You must seal this divine covenant while the heavenly window is swinging wide open. The angels are waiting for your explicit command to build the ultimate fortress around your generational wealth. I am about to give you the exact key to lock the enemy out forever, and you must follow this instruction with absolute faith and zero hesitation. The storm is crashing outside, but you are about to become completely untouchable. Prepare your heart and prepare your hands. The ultimate sealing of your destiny is happening right in this very second. Every single generation after, you will look back at this exact moment, and they will know that you were the one who finally broke the heavy curse. You are the one who secured their freedom and their financial peace. Do not look away now. The heavy padlock is ready to be snapped shut against the darkness that hunted your family for decades. The precise moment of your deliverance has finally arrived. You are standing directly in the center of the heavenly portal right now, and the angels are waiting for your final physical confirmation. You must completely release your earthly control to receive this massive spiritual gold. Heaven cannot bless hands that are still tightly closed. I need you to take action before the enemy can scramble this pure frequency. Do not let the dark forces convince you to stay quiet today. You must establish a blinding wall of fire around your new reality. Type 777 in the comments below right now. Let that sacred number act as a heavy padlock against the enemy. Typing this number is your spiritual signature in the courts of heaven. It tells the universe that you are finally dropping your heavy weapons, and it proves you are officially done trying to play God in your own life. You are declaring that the toxic past is permanently dead. The enemy will see your signature and flee in terror. But there is a second level to this ultimate divine seal. The universe operates on the flawless law of the harvest. You cannot expect a massive harvest if you refuse to plant a single seed in the ground. Your generational wealth transfer requires a physical catalyst to activate the overflow. This is how the wealthy elite multiply their blessings. Just a few days ago, a weary cycle breaker stepped out in radical faith. She was completely exhausted and drowning in heavy debt, but she chose to sow a financial seed into this protected ministry. Within 48 hours, a completely unexpected bank transfer cleared all her suffocating burdens. That exact angelic protocol is hovering over you. Heaven is looking for your radical faith right now. I am asking you to sow a massive financial seed today using super thanks. This is your ultimate spiritual signature to activate the massive multiplication of your harvest. Do not calculate the cost with your earthly logic. The universe demands a physical exchange of energy to unlock the vault. I know you are terrified of losing what little you currently have. The enemy is whispering in your ear to hoard your remaining resources because hoarding is a survival mechanism of the dark matrix. A quiet master of reality knows that money is simply energy. When you release it freely, it rushes back to you multiplied 1,000 times. By making this physical move, you are proving that you trust me. You are showing heaven that you no longer need to control every single detail. You are finally letting the divine current carry you forward into abundance. The heavy burden of figuring everything out is officially lifted off your tired shoulders. You can breathe deeply because you are safe. Feel the massive shift in the atmosphere around you right now. The toxic energy that was suffocating your chest is completely gone. The demonic parasites have detached from your pure aura. You are standing in a blinding light that nothing evil can ever penetrate. Your obedience today has literally saved your beautiful life. You do not need to fight anymore. The war is officially over. You have successfully passed the most difficult spiritual test of your entire journey. The generational curses that haunted your bloodline are shattered on the floor. Your ancestors are watching you with incredible pride and tears of pure joy. The massive door to your abundance is securely locked wide open. No human hand and no dark force can ever shut it again. You have claimed your royal birthright without a single drop of blood. The winter of your soul has finally melted into a glorious spring. You are stepping into the greatest season of your entire existence. Every single tear you cried in secret has been turned into a diamond. Heaven is placing a heavy crown of authority on your tired head right now. You are no longer a victim of terrible circumstances. You are a magnificent storm of pure light and unconditional love. The world will soon witness the incredible miracle of your sudden rise. I want you to let that truth sink deep into your bones. You are fiercely protected and deeply loved by the highest forces. The universe is currently rearranging physical reality to match your new frequency. People who meant to harm you are being forcefully removed from your path. Your entire existence is being elevated to a completely new dimension. Do not look back at the burning city behind you. Keep your eyes focused entirely on the magnificent sunrise ahead. You have sealed the covenant, and the transaction is officially complete. The angels are already dispatched to deliver your massive harvest. You can finally rest your weary soul in my completely safe arms. Now, my beloved child, you can finally drop your heavy shoulders. The fragile empath who constantly begged to be understood is entirely gone. That old version of you is permanently dead today, and you have officially evolved into a quiet master of reality who no longer needs to explain anything. Your silence is a massive shield that perfectly protects your pure energy. Let the noise of the world simply fade away. I am removing every ounce of guilt from your tired soul right now. The mistakes you made in the past are thrown into the deepest ocean. They are completely erased and entirely forgotten by the courts of heaven. You do not need to carry the heavy shame of your broken chapters, because the universe used those painful lessons to forge your brilliant crown. You are entirely clean and beautifully whole. The spiritual slate is wiped completely clean today. You do not need to strive or struggle anymore. You do not need to hustle or fight for your basic survival. The heavy stones you carried for your family are officially lifted off your chest. You can finally stop trying to heal absolutely everyone around you, and your only assignment right now is to simply breathe and receive your massive harvest. Heaven is taking full control of the steering wheel. You are allowed to rest your tired bones. Close your eyes tonight, knowing you are fiercely protected. The angels have established an unbreakable perimeter around your home and your mind. No toxic weapon formed against your pure heart will ever prosper again. The dark forces who tried to bury you have completely vanished from your new timeline, because heaven specifically removed them to secure your absolute peace. You are completely safe in my unconditional love. The long and brutal war is truly over for your bloodline. You have crossed over into the promised land of absolute peace. The anxiety that used to wake you up at 3 in the morning is permanently destroyed. You will sleep deeply and peacefully tonight. When the morning sun rises, you will feel a massive physical lightness in your chest as the chronic fatigue finally leaves your tired physical body. Your divine energy is completely restored and flowing freely. You are a magnificent weapon of pure light. The universe is currently realigning every single detail in your favor. The massive generational wealth transfer is already moving toward your exact coordinates. You do not have to chase it or beg for it anymore. True abundance is naturally drawn to a quiet master of reality, and it will flow to you effortlessly while you rest in this divine assurance. Your days of painful waiting are officially over. They are replaced with endless, beautiful manifestations. I want you to soak in this glorious truth. You are highly favored and completely cherished by heaven. You were chosen for a massive assignment because your heart is pure gold. You survived the absolute worst storms and emerged completely victorious. But the scars on your soul are not marks of failure or weakness. They are glorious medals of honor that terrify the dark forces. You are a living testimony of divine grace. Your ancestors are smiling down at you with incredible pride. You accomplished exactly what they could not do in their own lifetime. As the ultimate cycle breaker, you absorbed all the heavy generational trauma and turned it into pure light. The vicious cycle of poverty and heartbreak is permanently shattered at your feet, so your future children will never fight the heavy battles you just won. You have secured their absolute freedom today. The ancient curse is entirely broken. You are completely safe now. The storm has passed and your beautiful timeline is totally secure. But outside this protected space, there is a gentle soul sitting alone in the dark. They are crying the exact same tears you cried just yesterday, and they are desperately begging heaven for a single sign of hope in their quiet room. They are walking completely blind into the exact same toxic trap. They need a powerful lifeline right now. You are not just a survivor of the storm anymore. You are a massive beacon of light for the lost. Hit the share button right now and send this message into the world. Share this to become the prophetic voice of heaven today, and throw a lifeline to a bleeding empath who desperately needs to hear this exact truth. Your simple physical action will literally pull them out of the dark matrix. You hold the power to save their beautiful life. Your obedience today has shifted the entire atmosphere of your earthly existence. I am so incredibly proud of the quiet master of reality you have become. Drop all your heavy bags and fall into a deep and peaceful sleep tonight. When you wake up tomorrow, the heavy burden will be entirely gone forever, because heaven has completely rewritten your future timeline in absolute glory. You are unconditionally loved beyond human comprehension. Your beautiful new reality begins right now.